Hello everyone, welcome back to our Rhino tutorial. Today we can talk about how to model this helmet inside Rhino. First of all, make sure that you set your unit to 300 millimeter. Go to the front view, bring this image in, and make sure that from this point, orthogonally to this point, is 300 millimeter. And then I'm going to start the drawing process. First, I'm going to draw a line from here to here. Hold Shift, somewhere here, hit Enter. I'll make sure that this reference photo has been set back a little bit and has been sent to the reference photo. Then I'll select this reference line. I'll type in set PT, click Z, and hit OK. I'll send it to the XY plane. I'll go back to the top view, and then I'll start the drawing process. I'll click this control point curve. Make sure that degree is 5. This is very important. And then I'll start the drawing process. Make sure that you turn on the smart track. Select the first one. So the second point is perpendicular. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Select this one, drag it here, seventh, eighth. Select this one, make sure that this two control points and this two control points has the same X value. So when they flip to the other side, the continuity will be at least G1. I'm going to select this curve, type in rebuild, and take a look. They have 8 control points and 5 degrees. That's exactly what we want. Hit cancel, move it here a little bit. Since this is the top view of our helmet, so the front should have more size than the back side. And then I'm going to select this curve, go to the perspective, or go to the front view, move up a little bit, start the dragging process. Remember, there are 2 control points here. Just to keep that in mind, I'll move it up right here also. Try to only move it up and down. So we were not going to compromise the shape on the XY plane. So go back to the front view, trying to only move it up and down. In this case, we might need to move this left a little bit. Also this one. Select those 2 control points all together. Move it somewhere here. This one also, move it down a little bit. Move it up a little bit. And then we'll go to the top view. Update this a little bit. Again, our goal is to have bigger space on the front and less space on the back. So this overall shape is good. Again, make sure that you did not move these points except along the Y direction. Same as this point. Type in mirror, type in 0, mirror it to the other side. And then we're going to type in twin curves. Select this and this, hit enter. Make sure there's only one, hit enter. Now you will get this one, and I will isolate this curve. Go to the front view, start the moving process one more time. Again, only up and down. I'll move it all the way up. Now, let's select this curve and select this point. Now you see there are 2 points here. So if we hover over here and this line has been highlighted, that means it's a point we want to select. I'm going to click it and move it. So the end point is still here. Let's move it up a little bit, left it a little bit. This point right here, move it down a little bit. This point right here. Same right here. We select those 2 different points. Once this line has been highlighted, that's the one we want. We can move it. Now we can move it up, down, left, and right without problem. Okay. And then right here, again, those points you can only move it up and down. So this roughly fits very well. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unhide everything. Select those, this, and this. Type in loft. Got it. I'm going to change the color back to the dark mode so we can see it better. Now let's use a new tool called clipping plane. Select this. What this is doing is trying to make a section of the objects. I'm going to rotate it for 90 degrees and take a look. This part simply looks too narrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the control points for this surface. I'll select this. Of course, the other side symmetrically. And then I'm going to scale 1D along this direction. So now it looks much better. Let's take a look one more time. Move this. Now it has much more space. And then type in zebra. Of course, across the surface, the continuity is great and nothing is dipping in. So this is a good one. I'm going to delete this one. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'll go to the front view and then I'll type in extract iso curve, select the surface. And now let's change the layer color to red so we can see it better. I'm going to stop it somewhere here. So trying to find the iso curve that's roughly aligned with this line very well. So I'm going to start from here and right here also, and right here on the top. So you can see that this part particularly doesn't match with reference photo very well. That's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select the surface and I'm going to send it to the height layer. Pretty much we are not going to use that surface anymore. So what we have left are those iso curves, and that is a key for our modeling process for this tutorial. It's called iso curve based modeling process. What I'm going to do is go back to the front view. I'll select this and start to play with the control points one more time. Again, only move up and down, trying to fit it as best as possible. So the back part is very tricky. We are going to select those control points, only move it up and down a little bit. So we rather not touch those control points because of continuity purposes, right? Those control points, we do not want to mess up with it. So we're going to leave it like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the perspective view. I'll select those curves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, type in loft, or you can type in loft first and then select them. Hit OK. I will change the color back to the dark mode so we can see it better. Now let's take a look. So the continuity here is great. You see that this part is sagging down a little bit, but that's not a big deal because this is actually what's happening on the helmet right here. If you really want to make sure that the dipping is not existing, what you can do is you will select the control points. This one, and this one. Unselect this one because it controls the edge. Move it up a little bit. This will help. So go back to the front view. Okay. And then you will get it. I'll select this and isolate it. I'll go to the front view one more time. What I'm going to do is I will choose split and I will choose iso curve, shrink to yes, and then make sure that you turn on the OSNAP intersection and not. Once I moved here, intersection node has been seen. I'll click it, and click it. Hit enter. Now we will get those surfaces 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we cut it 3 times, so we get 4 surfaces. And then I'm going to turn on the control points. You will see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 control points on this direction. And then let's select the surface, type in rebuild. We will see that there are 4 control points on the U direction, which is the one we have seen. And there are 8 control points on the V direction. There are 3 degrees on the U direction, and there are 5 degrees on the V direction. This is exactly what we expected. The reason is because the curve that we draw in the very early beginning, it has 5 degrees and it has 8 control points. So it inherited this on the V direction, and then on the U direction, we loft this surface with those curves. When you do a loft, it's often being 3 degrees. Once we split this with the iso curve, and then we choose shrink to yes, it also inherited this. So 4 control points and 3 degrees. This is exactly what we want. We will select those surfaces, and then I'm going to turn on the control points. Now I will jump select. I will show you. We will not select the first one. We'll select this one and this one. Jump this one and this one. Jump this one and this one. Okay, go to this row also. Not the first one. Start from the second one. 1, 2, jump. 1, 2, jump. 1, 2. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, select this move UVN, click it. This UVN indicates U direction, V direction, and the norm direction. I'm going to scale it to 15 and then just drag it. So this is what it looks like. It's bulking out. That's because the direction is wrong. So what I'm going to do is I will Control Z and then go this direction and hit OK. Now it's dipping in or sagging into it. Okay, so now we got it. And now I will just escape. So this move UVN is just scale things along the U direction, V direction, or the norm direction. And what we did is basically we select each of those surface and we only move those two control points here, and we did not touch the edge control points, so that the continuity between each of the surface is G0. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, choose Insert Not, select the surface. This is the wrong direction. This is not what I want. I'm going to change the direction to V. This is what I want. And then I'm going to turn on symmetrical to yes. So I can select on both sides. And I will select here, hit enter, select the surface, click space, select it somewhere here, hit enter, click space, select the surface, somewhere here, hit enter, click, and then right here. This time I will turn off symmetrical. I'll only select it right here, somewhere here, hit enter. So what I basically do is just insert another row of control points here. Let's take a look. We have more control points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Early on, we only had 4. And now let's do the fillet edges. But we are not really going to use the tool fillet edge. What we're going to use is called match surface. Select the first edge, second edge, and right here, you make sure you select the tangency, right? The other side doesn't really matter. Curvature is good because we only inserted one row of control points here, and the 1 plus 1, which is the edge one, and plus the 1 on the other side, there are 3 rows of control points, can only ensure the tangency. So just click tangency and make sure you clicked average surface. Automatic is good and hit OK. Same right here. Click first edge, second edge, tangency, the other side, curvature is good. Average surface, so both of the surfaces going to be moved a little bit. Automatic is good, hit OK. And right here also, first edge, second edge, OK. And then we got those surfaces. Right now, those surfaces are perfect because we cannot just join them together. Also, we can merge them together because we split those surfaces by using isocurve. So the edge condition between those adjacent surfaces are perfect. So we can merge them together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to type in merge surface and select the first one. Select the second one. You see the add another row of control points into it. In order to avoid that, merge surface one more time, smooth to no. And then we select this one, hit OK. Now it becomes one surface, which is great. Again, space, select the first one, second one, space, first one, second one. Now we got this surface. We're going to turn on the control points. You can see that. This is great. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just mirror it, type in 0 along this x direction. And then you will see the center also has this problem. So I'm going to type in match surface first, second, tangency, average surface automatically is good. And then we got it. Merge the surface one more time. Select this one, hit OK. Now we get it. The next step is trying to give a thickness to this device, and that is very challenging. For example, if we are just using the offset surface command, this is what's going to happen. We click this, type in offset surface, and then we click it, flip it to the other direction, set loose to yes, set solid to no, make sure the distance is 15, hit enter. And then let's hide this. Okay, this is completely wrong and broken. So this method is not okay. What we should do is we should select this object, go to the front view, change it to the wireframe mode, and then Control-C, Control-V, make a copy of this device. I'm going to scale it 1D, just use gumball. And then also on this direction, scale it 1D, go to the top view, scale it on this direction also. And then I'll go back to the front view. The next thing I will try to do is trying to match the edge condition. I will hide this reference photo, and then I will hide this original surface. I will select the surface that we just scaled. I will turn on the control points, and then I'll start to play with it. Remember, select everything on the back move it up just a little bit. Everything here, move it up just a little bit so the edge can match. Also, right here, move it down a little bit. And also right here, move it down just a little bit. And right here, move it down a little bit. And then let's go back to the perspective. I'll unlock this. And then let's try to blend the surface. I will type in blend surface. Select the first edge, select the second edge, curvature, curvature. And you see that this part is a little bit wrong. What I can do is I will change it here. And it's not solving the problem. Why is that? Let's take a look. Let's go to the front view. So this angle is way too big. And when they are trying to have this blend in between, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be like this. Okay, so that's why the overlap was happening right here. In order to solve that problem, first of all, you want to select this object, turn on the control points, and select everything on the back. Remember, everything, including everything on this kind of ring, and also the center point. I'll go to the front view again. I'll rotate it a little bit. Okay, and then I'll select them back again. Move it up just a little bit. Let's see if that's going to solve the problem. Blend surface one more time. First edge, second edge. And then I will change the curvature right here. Just a little bit. So now you see that this kind of overlap is no longer exist. Hit OK. And let's go to the other side. It's good here. So everything's great. And then I will just select this. Type in mirror. Got it. I'll join them all together. We can select this, turn on the zebra, and you will see that the top part, all the continuity is great. Also, if we turn on the EMAP, this will look great. In order to make our next few steps easier, what I will do is I will explode everything. I will select this surface, and I will split it one more time. ISO curve, shrink to yes from the center. Hit OK. Delete this one. Same draw on this surface. ISO curve, shrink to yes from the center. Hit OK. Delete it. Then I'll also delete this one. I'll select everything, join them together, and then I'll go back to the front view. I'll unhide the reference image, and then I will start our next step. The next thing we're going to do is turn on those openings on the surface. So I'll go back to the shaded mode, and then I will just explode it, isolate the surface, and I will, one more time, the wireframe, and I will type in extract ISO curve, change the color to red, and somewhere here. Also somewhere here, hit OK. And then on this edge, also the same thing, somewhere here, somewhere here. On the top, we can barely see anything, but just the same drill. Go to the perspective, go to shaded. Make sure the curve you extracted are all in between those wireframes. So this one is no good. I'm just going to extract ISO curve one more time, right here. This one, somewhere here. This one's good. So the next thing I'm going to do is go back to the front view. I will hide this surface. I'll change the color back to red. And I will split this curve, this point. For example, this one, somewhere here. Somewhere here. This one. Cutting object point. Somewhere here. And somewhere here. Okay. Now delete this one, delete this one, delete this curve, delete this curve. Now we're going to do blend curve. Select the first curve, second curve. I'm going to drag them a little bit, match it better. Hit enter. Same here, here. Drag it a little bit so it matches better. Hit OK. Select this curve, join together. Now we have one closed curve. Check the degree. Degree is 5, that's good. Hit cancel. And what I'm gonna do the next, I will just move it left just a little bit. Select this one and hold Alt, move it in a little bit, go to the front view. I'll scale it down a little bit, move it down a little bit, and then I'll select those two curves. I'll just type in loft. Okay, this is not correct. Something is wrong. Well, in order to solve that problem, we can just rebuild those curves. I'll do 22. That's good. Select them. Type in loft. One more time. Now they're good. Unhide everything. I'll just type in trim. Select the cutting objects. Face, and then delete it. I'll blend those surfaces one more time. Select this one, hit enter. Curvature is good. Check around. Everything looks great. Just hit OK. I'll select everything, join them all together. Again, it's closed poly surface. Same drill on the other surfaces. Actually, rebuild those curves are great. So we make sure that the loft will have only one edge, and then we will generate clean cuts on this surface. Select this curve and this curve. I'll send it to the layer 3, so we know what we are doing. I'll go to the front view. I'm just going to split, use point right here, click right here. Same, use point right here and right here. Select this one and select this one. Isolate them, blend curve, drag it a little bit. Okay, same here, here. I'll join them all together. Just move it out just a little bit, move it up a little bit. Control C, Control V, go to the front, move it down a little bit, move it in a little bit, and scale it down a little bit. Select those, type in rebuild. 22.5 is good. Select the curve. Select the curve. Type in loft. Okay. Trim it. I'll just type in blend surface again. I will change right here a little bit. Same right here. So nothing will be overlapped. Hit OK. Same drill here. Now we got this part. On top, we cannot see anything. I will just assume it's similar structure. So we are just going to do the same drill. See, this part is not as smooth, but that's fine. Same here, trim. You can fix that by changing the control points. I'll delete those. Again, type in blend, surface. First one, second one, change a little bit. Okay, same right here. Nothing. It failed because right here it cuts to the part that shouldn't be cut. So what we're going to do is we will go back 3 steps. And right here, we delete the surface, hide it. And right here, filter, turn off. I'll move this in a little bit and also scale it down a little bit. Select those two, make a left. Okay. And then let's trim one more time. Check the edge condition. Now it's good. I can blend surface. First edge, second edge. Yeah, okay. Now it's good. We can lower it. Yeah, okay. Delete this one. Blend the surface. Lower it a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna hide this. Filter. Select everything. Explode it. Delete everything on this side. Select all the surface on the left. Go to the top. Type in mirror. And then go to perspective. Join everything together. Isolate it. Go to rendered mode. Now we will see our helmet. This part is a little bit off because the same reason we showed you when we cut it, we didn't see the bottom. The shape we used to cut it is not that good. Again, you have to fix that yourself. In our tutorial, we don't have enough time to go over everything. Check the zebra. See, the continuity is great in between because we used everything in the correct way. And then let's check the EMAP one more time. So that's it. That's all we're going to talk about for the helmet project. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'm going to see you in our next tutorial.